No spoilers here, don't worry. I've just watched the finale. I'm still emotionally processing the finale, but I'm just quickly saying that there are two post-credit scenes in this episode. Two. There's the main post-credit scene, then there's the full credits, and then like any MCU film, there's an extra credit scene. Mid-credits, post-credits. Make sure you stay to watch it. Okay, cool.
Welcome to Fun Fact Friday, a series where me and only me just invented. For our first episode, I thought let's do some WandaVision fun fact. After all, Friday is WandaVision Day. For episode 1 and 2 of WandaVision, to get the authentic feeling of the comedy shows at that time, they actually hired Dick Van Dyke as a consultant for the show. On top of that, episode 1 was actually filmed in front of a live audience, like the name suggests. And in these black and white scenes, Paul Bettany actually had to be painted blue instead of red to get the authentic 50s feeling. Matt Jackman credited Truman Show and Pleasantville as inspiration for the show. This is the first Marvel project that Stan Lee is not an executive producer on. The budget for each episode is approximately $25 million, making it the most expensive TV show in all of history. Elizabeth Olsen couldn't wiggle her nose for the Bewitched-themed episode, so instead she just waved her hands. Matt Jackman also said there was a dialect coach on set to make sure all the dialogue was correct for the era. The show itself also takes heavy inspirations from many comic storylines, like House of M, The Vision and the Scarlet Witch, and The Vision. And finally, Paul Bettany found out about WandaVision after his death in Infinity War. In fact, he thought the call was actually about him getting fired, not the fact that they were going to pitch him a TV show. And those are some WandaVision fun facts.
Let's talk about Nobody by Mitski. This song is best described as a calm panic attack. Mitski herself said she wrote it when she went to a foreign country and felt super lonely with nobody by her side. One lyric is, "Gimme one good honest kiss." In a later verse, she says, "Gimme one good movie kiss." Movie kisses are known to be more dramatic and passionate, but at the end of the day, they're fake. The person whose point of view this is from is getting more and more desperate for companionship, to the point where she's losing her sense of reality. She starts the song off with cohesive verses and lyrics, then regresses into repeating nobody, nobody over and over again. This song, in a way, reminds me a lot of Wanda Maximoff from the Marvel Universe. She's so deep in grief and loneliness that she fabricates her own reality to escape it. Comment what you think about this song or what song I should do next.
So here's the thing. As much as I'm loving WandaVision, there is one thing I'm very disappointed by about this series. As much as I think Elizabeth Olsen is doing a great job with the character, her casting in the first place was pretty disappointing considering that Scarlet Witch usually looks like this in the comics. She is unambiguously descended from Romani people. And frankly, even after the retcon, when she's no longer Magneto's child, there's no reason for them to not still be descended from Romani Jewish people. And in the MCU, they seem to just ignore all aspects of her ethnic background, which is continuously disappointing because it would have cost them nothing to make her ethnically Romani and Jewish, canonically. But this isn't just a problem of the MCU. Even in the comics, characters that have been heavily Jewish coded since their creation are rarely acknowledged as being canonically Jewish. Peter Parker being the perfect example of a character that is clearly Jewish, but both the comics and all the film adaptations have refused to acknowledge this. There's just literally no reason for this continued erasure of these characters' ethnic backgrounds. It's very frustrating.
Okay, so I was watching WandaVision and I picked up this detail that literally no one on here is talking about, and the implications are crazy. This is your spoiler warning, don't get mad at me. Okay, it's at the end of episode 5, just watch what happens, see if you notice it. It was right in front of us this entire time. I'll play it one more time so you can see it. Look, he grabs the dish soap to wash his hands, and that could only mean one thing. Vision is an idiot.
Now look at this.
What is a movie scene that features music, but if you switched it out, it would be that much better?
I just had an epiphany about WandaVision, y'all. Hear me out. Remember when Netflix first started? I feel like back then, the content was just so revolutionary. And the reason why was that the online format was a less risky space to try new ideas, new formats, and new modes of storytelling. And so concepts and themes and characters that we would have never seen given the light of day on the big television networks or in the big film studios were able to fit into this Netflix format. I feel like the same thing is happening with the MCU shows. Because what we've seen on WandaVision is so innovative and new, and it never would have been portrayed in the big budget MCU movie.
First of all, this is the most that they've ever developed a female character. Secondly, we're able to really deeply explore the grief and emotional trauma that comes with superheroism. It's also tying in this immigrant story and the immigrant experience with television. And you can tell that whoever did this just really, really loves television as an art form. We would have never gotten that in the big MCU blockbuster, and I think we're going to continue to see this type of innovation in the MCU show.
Can't spell happiness without P-E-N-I-S. Stay slutty, my friends.
I'm a boy.
Marvel trying to figure out what they could produce in the MCU that hot people would finally watch.
WandaVision.
Hey Gnomes, thanks for all the great questions. So we haven't shown you the end result of what the gnome cone looks like after we're done shaping it. So what we do is after we're done making the
I was only falling in love. I know I'm young, but if I had to choose her or the sun, I'd be one nocturnal son of a gun. Take a look at my girlfriend, she's the only one I got.
If I could escape and recreate a place that's my own world, and I could be your favorite girl forever, perfect. Lick me, tease me, touch me, please me, sex me, bless me, caress me, want me, I'm on it, I'm on it.
It's an incredible story that just perfectly captures the human spirit. You know, it's an expression of depression and of the resiliency of the human condition, and that's just why I love it so much. I like seeing the gay men fight because it's fun.
The Olsen guys. Liz, need a chill pill?
As if I just needed a sec, too.
Everyone's sad that WandaVision is ending. Let's take a moment to look back at the happy times.
You say I swear I live.
Tell me this. If I sent an email, where would I put the stamp?
Is anyone else who's watching WandaVision going back and looking at the other MCU movies that Wanda is in and looking for any moment of happiness for her? No? Just me? Can I show you my favorite?
I'm shaking your hand too long. Wow, this is awesome. Captain America. I know you too. You're great.
Clap along if you feel like a
Oh, I just love it.
Hello everyone, I just need you to look at this. It will only take up a moment of your time. You're welcome.
Imagine me 48 hours, and if we're good at being lesbian, we get to be it forever.
Maybe.
Madge, he said yes. Hot potato.
Hi friends, let's design WandaVision tattoos.
Disrespect Nicki Minaj? What?
These little musty bitches thinking they could take mine. You bitches' chances looking slimmer than my waistline. Man, that shit been over since playtime.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Queen shit, bitch. Bye. These hoes don't know.
And for a while you
promised myself I was not gonna cry on Zap, so I have to get myself together, but this is the best I'm gonna look for a minute. All I want is for Marva to know that from now on, you will be paying for my therapy.
Or what? Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
No, the director of WandaVision thinks people are gonna be disappointed because of the fan theories. Y'all let this shit get out of hand. Y'all did this. Y'all did this. Apologize now.
Given the way I expected this episode to end, I'm gonna call that a win. Yeah. Plot, characters, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, I don't care. The most important thing I got from WandaVision is a crush on Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh yeah, I thought it would just be a funny joke. No one's laughing, Paul. It's not funny. I spent 6 weeks trying to theorise who your special cameo could be. I'm never gonna get those 6 weeks back now. Thanks.
If you leave me, you out of your mind. We press into the he picked me up, we made me feel so lucky. He kissed me in his we be making love and still the one I do this. I'm trying to make us from that. Still the one.
Why are you so sad?
Because we're saying goodbye, Charlie, and it's a very hard thing to do.
Didn't say hello.
Hello, Teddy.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
We really don't give a fuck. It's not a major holiday.
It's really not, bitch. You act like it's fucking Christmas or something.
Taking a chance cause I like you a lot, so I'll give it a shot. Give it all that I got. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-dee. Suddenly you call my name and I lose my brain and I float up to the moon. Bitch, I've been hot since flip phones. Running this game for 5 years. Guess that's why my feet hurt.
Wanda, darling.
Vision, sweetheart.
Wanda!
Vision.
Wanda.
Vision.
I do. Do you?
Yes, I do.
And in Westview. Cheers!
Are you ready? Is you ready? Ready? You say you ready? Whole squad ready?
I just shot my shot at this little
Fine, wonderful, succulent,
What Megan
lovable,
say?
edible,
Hello.
chocolate!
Breaking news. Head not empty. Head full of mental illness. No room for rational thought. Only cry.
Look at the belt! Look at the hat! Look at the face! He like Arby's.
You haven't seen Paul and Lizzie holding puppies. Let's change that.
This Chipotle about to be bussin'. What do you do when the little things in life no longer bring you joy?
Wanda! What are you doing?
Wanda, how did you get in here? Listen to me. This whole thing is about Vision.
Get out of my house!
Hayward was trying to bring him.
Don't talk to me about that. I don't want to hear about it.
OJ and Elizabeth Olsen events for Grandpa.
hay. With his long johns
I
on
see
top
you
when
don't
the creep
why
ain't
are
up
you
to the
so
bottom to the hay.
It's entirely possible that
I guess I'm just too tough to cry.
I'm headed straight for the floor.
That was painful.
Still hasn't been addressed in WandaVision. Who was the missing person in Witness Protection Program that Jimmy Woo was looking for in episode 4? Because I'm looking at the list of Westview residents and trying to figure out who it could be. Obviously, it can't be Wanda or Vision or Agatha or Tommy or Billy. I feel like if it was Todd, Sharon, Harold, Abhilash, John, or Isabel, Jimmy would have said that it was them that he was looking for. The only people that leaves is Dottie, Dennis, and Ralph. I've speculated that there's something else going on with Dottie because Agatha said that she's the key to Westview. People have speculated there's something up with Dennis because he always shows up at like really weird times and they never seem natural. Speculated something's up with Ralph because we never see him. Could be one of the unnamed Westviewers, but I doubt it.
I'm having a fucking panic attack right now. I need to calm the fuck down because I'm having a panic attack.
No more Fortnite! No more cars! No more $19 cars!
Cigarette, daydream.
You were only 17.
Oh, girl, it's you that I lie with.
An impossible whopper, because it should be impossible to look this good. When is it my turn to be happy?
WandaVision finale. So let's all discuss what we just saw.
$19 Fortnite card. Who wants it?
No more Fortnite!
Nah, because Elizabeth Olsen needs to show us how she flicked her wrist like that, because I'm still trying to this day, and it's only been a couple days, but to this day, like, how did she do it? Like, my carpal tunnel is laughing at me, right? Okay. Oh, no, that wasn't cool. Like,
Dear Lord, when I get to heaven, please let me bring my man.
It's like I'm drowning in my own fucking head. What the fuck?
You can like villains as long as you don't condone their actions. Well, I do. I do condone their actions. They're sexy and they can do what they want.
What's Kimmy thinking about?
The last WandaVision episode has me fucked up. How nice.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I hated WandaVision. That finale was so underwhelming. Well, that's what you get for making up crazy-ass theories that made no sense. I loved it, and it was beautiful.
The 2 weeks that you get after WandaVision is over are not a break. Remember that you have to come back for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They're preparing you to work overtime for them.
You know I'm just a flight away. If you want it, you could take a private plane. A kilómetros estamos conectando.
I know Agatha is a villain, but I think we should forgive her, and here's why. She's sexy. Swim That the Falcon and Winter Soldier won't be a situational comedy with catchy theme songs about a witch dealing with grief, a sexy robot, twins, a MILF, and a trio that stole our hearts?
$19 Fortnite card. Who wants it?
No more Fortnite!
I guess I'm just too tough to cry.
I'm headed straight for the floor.
No, thanks, Chowder. Please? No, Chowder.
Pretty please.
What the?
Slipping through my fingers all the time. I try to capture every minute. Slipping through my fingers all the time. I try to capture every minute. The feeling in it. Slipping through my fingers all the time. Do I really see what
I understand Spanish to a certain level.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Oh, London?
They call themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy. What a bunch of a-holes.
What kind of feeling? I'm high on believing.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, this is a WandaVision recap. Favorite Marvel couple after Iron Man snapped. We started in the 50s, they still got power. It's a I Love Lucy shenanigan hour. All fun and games with dude choked red face. Skip to the 60s, it's a magical place. Now we got color Brady Bunch for two. Speaking of two, you could say Wanda really grew. She gave birth to boys with the help of a friend. Wait, who's this Monica chick again?
Monica's the kid of Maria Rambeau. She knew Captain Marvel, but she mad at her though. Monica was living, didn't lose a day, but when she came back, her mom had passed away. But before she died, Maria started sword, and Monica quickly jumped on board. With the help of her friends, Darcy and Woo, Monica reached Wanda, but she said shoo. Wanda's got her perfect 80s family and bliss, but Vision knows that something is amiss.
Ding dong, who's that, a black blast from the past. It's Wanda's twin bro who got recast. Vision and Wanda get a bit on the outs. Attention is boiling, we have no doubt. People back from the dead, frozen on the edge. Twins power up, this about to build up. Vision has conclusion in this mass confusion. Monica glows when she goes in once more.
Once again, we flip the script. It's a Vision Darcy road trip. This is begins like a beautiful. Okay, gone. Anyway, she skipped a bit ahead. The modern office family got Wanda hanging from a thread. At least she's got actions keeping her strong. Oh wait.
Your little mama a savage, making you bitches look average. If she want it, she can have it, but she can't do with the baggage.
Forever now, I drive alone past your street.
Oh my god, I just cried the entire time I was in the shower. It can't get worse than this. It's so downhill for me. Oh.
Folks, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
If she ran away, come back home. Just come home.
People are probably going to disagree with me on this, but I will never forgive these three individuals for just abandoning Wanda after Tony's funeral. Like, it better be a good reason for why none of them were there for her. That's all I gotta say. Honestly, the audacity of Sam and Bucky to just go to therapy. They're having a staring contest while Wanda's over here kidnapping a town, sleeping with Vision's dead corpse, going crazy, having kids that aren't even her kids. Like, she's losing her mind. The least you could have done is invited her to therapy. Okay? Literally. Was that so hard? And Clint, if anything, this is just embarrassing because you were close to her. But I just want to say fans already do not like you. You would have been doing yourself a benefit to help her out of this. At least, I don't know, give her a hug. I don't know. But you didn't. And it should have been you in Age of Ultron, because if Pietro was alive, this wouldn't have happened.
There are two types of Marvel fans. One, the people who care about Wanda and Vision. Two, people who don't care about Wanda and Vision feel really bad because you guys are clearly going.
Join the frat boy Peter Maximoff cult or suffer. Get ready to screenshot. Join now.
Icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Thanks. This is the best day of my life. I'm killing myself tomorrow.
Here are my spoiler-free thoughts on the WandaVision finale. First off, make sure you watch right to the end. There's a mid and post-credit scene that wrap up a lot of the story. First off, I want to give congratulations to Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen for pulling off some of their best performances in the MCU so far by a mile. As you'd expect from a finale, there were a lot of answers, but there were a lot of things left hanging because this is the MCU and there is a lot going forward. I feel like the writers did a good job closing the book on most of what they had going in the series. There were a couple loose threads here and there, but I feel like most of them will get resolved. For those of you wondering why the show had such a big budget, it was this episode. This episode was beautiful. I will say some characters got better conclusions than others, but overall it didn't detract too much from my enjoyment of the episode. Overall, I'm going to give the WandaVision finale a 9.5, and I feel like Phase 4 of the MCU is in good hands.
My cat died today.
Get a new one.
Good day, Mama.
Wanda, I love you. Aw, someplace to grow old. Is that why you're gonna start dating your twin son's 14-year-old teammate in a few years? Let's talk about it, Vision. What are you doing? What are you doing with Scott Lang's daughter, Vision?
Now look at this.
Why are you not laughing?
Because it's not funny.
Electric
All you ever want to do is play Fortnite. You never pay attention to me anymore. It's like, it's like I'm not even there.
Arby's. Hot take, but the only thing I'm mad about is that Agatha put him in Bermuda shorts.
I'm not spacing out again. I'm here. I'm totally fine. Mentally, my mind is...
It's really no fuss. As long as
I'm a total loser. So you're not afraid to...
I'm here for my family too.
You know, my mom once knew a guy who could do that.
WandaVision finale spoilers, so please scroll if you have not yet watched the finale. I'd like to talk about things that people expected them to do that they didn't do that I am very grateful for. First thing, I am very grateful that Hayward was just a shitty and he was nothing else. Glad they didn't make it into a big reveal of him being Ultron or something else. I like that he was just this shitbag, that his story begins and ends here. And maybe he'll come back, but I think he's done, and I'm glad. Second, I really actually love that they did not have Wanda open up the multiverse. I think they gave us like nuggets of the multiverse that imply things for the future, but I think if they had done that all in the finale especially, it would have felt messy and incomplete. So I'm really glad that that just didn't happen. I'm also very glad that there was no big cameo like Magneto. I think that would have felt very disingenuous. And lastly, I'm really glad that they didn't have any like Mephisto character. I think that also would have felt very weird and wrong. So I'm glad they didn't introduce anyone new.
well, you know everything's gonna be a breeze. Then will no doubt justify the means. You can fix any problem with the slightest of ease. Yes, please. But you might find out it'll go to your head when you write a report on a book you never read. With the snap of your fingers, you can make it bad. And that's what I said. Everything is not what it seems when you can get all you wanted in your wildest dreams. You might run into trouble if you go to extremes, because everything is not what it seems.
Spoiler warning.
Prison? Nah, fuck that. Kill him.
I'm just a girl in love. La, 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 lovey-dove. I can't be held responsible for my actions. She's an ingenue. I have no underlying issues to address. I'm certifiably cute and adorably obsessed. They say
So really
tell about WandaVision I'm going to be thinking about way too much over the next week is how it utilizes the 5 stages of grief in storytelling. First we have denial, where she copes with her loss by creating a world where that loss didn't happen. Then we have anger, where she lashes out at whatever threatens her new reality, such as her interaction with Monica, or when she lashes out at Vision later for asking questions. Next we have bargaining, where even after she's more aware of what she's done, she's willing to make sacrifices for the temporary alleviation of pain, such as when she travels outside the Hex and says, "You don't bother me, I won't bother you," wanting to keep her little world as it is. Then we have depression, such as in all of episode 7, where she's struggling to take care of her responsibility and herself, and there's a very on-the-nose advertisement for an antidepressant. And then finally, acceptance, where she finally lets go of this little world she's created because she accepts that she can't just fix it this way, and she accepts that she's hurting people and lets go. I just think this is a great detail on a show that beautifully digs into hard topics like grief.
Not spacing out again. I'm here. I'm totally fine. Mentally, my mind is...
Marvel? Oh my fucking god. What the fuck did I say? Look, that's how it was in the comics. Ah! Do you know what day it is? March 5th. Yeah, March 5th. It's my birthday. You broke my heart on my fucking birthday.
Time is an illusion that helps things make sense. So we're always living in the present tense.
I'll fake God, I'll fake God, I'll fake God, I'll fake God today. Hop up on a cloud and watch the world decay. And now on my shoulders and the laptop with me. Faking this God, it can't be good for. And I save me, and I hear me, and I baby.
You can have actual criticisms and problems with the WandaVision finale, but if your only problem and the reason you think it's bad is because your fan theory didn't come true, respectfully, walk into moving traffic.
You said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Vagina, smuggle bricks to China. I tell.
She's feisty. She's so nice, but she's so nice. Yeah, treat her like a bitch. I'm gonna tussle again? And I fuck her in the tits. If she can't handle that, then I'll let her. This is my man cave. And her man is coming back, so I better make it quick. Yeah, you know.
Look, I'm not gonna do it! I'm Stan and I was wrong. I'm singing the Stan wrong song. I shouldn't have taken that chance. Now here's my remorseful dance.
I just flipped the switch.
Does that sound like something you want?
It is.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
I want to talk about the WandaVision finale, so if you haven't seen it yet, 3, 2, 1 spoilers. I think we should be very grateful that it ended the way that it did, because it was the best possible ending for Wanda in WandaVision. So I personally stopped watching any videos about theories about last week when I realized it was kind of spoiling me, in the sense that it made me think of WandaVision as an MCU movie and how it fits in the universe versus a show about Wanda, which is what it was all about. So this entire show was about her and her grief. It was about her processing her grief, her learning about herself, and like it was all about Wanda. We did get introductions to new characters, but it didn't waste the last episode as a build-up for something else. It ended on Wanda. And I think the ending is beautiful because each character gets an ending and the chance to growth and acceptance of themselves and growing independently. Vision's finding out what Vision is. Wanda knows people will fear her, is okay with that and moving forward. And Monica gets to go back to space.
So let's unpack that finale. Spoiler warnings for the series finale of WandaVision. If you haven't watched it yet, watch it, and then watch this. So nothing happened the way I thought it would, and I am 100% okay with that. Wanda fully came into her powers as the Scarlet Witch and has a new costume, yay! She also has the Darkhold and a lot of free time on her hands. Uh-oh. White Vision's out there somewhere with all of Vision's memories but none of the context or emotional attachments, so that's fun. Turns out Pietro was actually an actor named Ralph Boner, which feels like a long way for Disney to go for a dick joke instead of just, explaining the multiverse, but go off. Monica gets to go to space and hopefully retain her powers, and it's nice to know that Agatha isn't completely out of the picture. Overall, I really enjoyed the series, and I think the biggest takeaway is don't overthink things. Sometimes a rabbit's just a rabbit.
I'm just like you. I think that's true. You're just like me. Yes, I can see. We take responsibility.
Hey, what y'all get for number 12?
I got 18.
I got 9.5.
I got the old man's car.
Thank God. I'll thank God, I'll thank God, I'll thank God today. Hop up on a cloud and watch the world decay.
Okay, I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house.
Call it medicine, but I don't do drugs. 'Cause I'm already high enough. You got me good. I'm already high enough. I only got eyes for you.
You told me to buy a pony, but all I wanted was you.
WandaVision, conversation, stunty queen, bitch, I'm on a mission. I'm the fuck through, pump the system. Bitch, stand the fuck up, pussy attention. I'm a bad bitch, pussy detention. Let's go to my pussy dimension. Kitty cat, can I get one?
Roderick, can you explain what you're doing in this photo?
That's not me.
That's not you?
Hey, can I please bite a chunk out of that
Lord have mercy on my
It started with the hay, lost a creaking, well it just started in the hay. With his long johns on, pub went a creeping.
Understand Spanish to a certain level.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Oh, London?
I don't believe
I am not going to sit here and trade insults with you like we're 12 again, because first of all, we're not 12, and second of all, I would win.
We all have our emotional support mass murderer. This is mine. Yeah, he killed people. He would hug me when I was sad.
WandaVision, conversation, stunty queen, bitch, I'm on a mission. I'm the fuck through, pump the system.
No hands and no darling, I don't dance. And I'm with Roscoe, I'm with Walker. I think I deserve a chance. I'm a bad motherfucker.
He was killed by Ultron, wasn't he?
For what? I can't remember my life before Westview. I don't know who I am. I'm scared.
I can be good.
No, you cannot.
Oh no.
Why are you helping him? Stop! It's going to hurt!
What is grief? If not love, persevering.
I can't feel you.
You the type I wanna marry and keep you married. I put the ring on when you ready.
We play our fantasies out in real life ways, and no final fantasy can be end these games though. You give me energy, make me feel lightweight, like a birds of a feather, baby. We real life.
It felt great to be a liar.